Hi guys, it's the 30th of June 2023 and welcome to another Chilli House update. Okay guys, so we're in the Chilli House here. The weather's been pretty crappy all week, a lot of rain, not as warm as we've been having it, but still plenty of good progress. So let's take a wee look around the chilies and we'll see what's going on. Guys, so starting out with the small pots. So if you've been watching my other videos, you know that I have a ghost pepper here, which is in this pot here. It's actually really taken shape now, so we've had great growth in the last couple of weeks since I transplanted it in there, because it was dying beforehand. So probably going to give that another week and I'm going to hopefully put it in a big pot and we might see some chilies by the end of the season. And the same here with this Carolina Reaper. It wasn't looking too happy for itself, but it's really come on leaps and bounds since I've potted up into this 1 litre pot. So as I say, we'll keep an eye on those guys and hopefully get some good results by the end of the season. So Piri Piris. Now these guys unfortunately are not looking too hot. As you can see there, they're looking pretty unhappy for themselves. For some reason they weren't taking on any water from bottom watering, so I started top watering again. And look, there's some damage done to the leaves. It isn't going to be cured, but we have started to get some flowers in them here, as you can see. So flowering's happening, so hopefully that'll come into some chilies. They're going to stay in those size pots that they're in, as I'm not overly keen on Piri Piris anyway, but I just wanted to see whether I could grow them, and this is where we are. So moving along, the Burmese Nagas. So these are the two smaller pots, potted up now a few weeks. This one's doing really well. Again, I might get a bigger pot for that as it's doing so well, but we'll see what happens. Nice green foliage, and as you can see, good big size leaves. This one's probably a week behind, but again, it's come back to itself, so it's rooted the pot, so we should start to see some good growth. And then the main Burmese Naga is in there. Now it's been in that big pot about 2 to 3 weeks, so it's only really starting to show new growth now. There's still some stuff coming down below and deep, if you can see there. There's good thick growth, so moving in the right direction. So next up we have our 7 pot. Let's get them on the screen here. These are the 7 pot chocks. These are quite a large pot, as you can see. One plant's doing way better than the other. Look at the size of them leaves. Massive and really good dark green foliage. In fact, I think that one is starting to show some pods coming through, some flowers, but I'll probably pick them as the plant's not that big just as of yet. Moving on, we have the jalapenos now. These guys are flying. As you can see, they're a lot bigger than they were the last time, even probably nearly a foot bigger since last week. Really coming on well and branching out loads. Leaves are great, foliage is great. I've been picking off the flowers that were coming through on these plants just to try and help them grow that bit bigger. This guy here at the minute, he's probably about 2.5 foot tall. These can grow to 3 or 4 foot tall, I'm made to believe, so I would kind of like it to get a bit taller before we start fruiting. The guy in the back's coming on well too. He was stunted for a few weeks, but I think it might have been down to overwatering. As I say, I'm new to this, so I'm learning as I go. Moving on. These are my Trinidad scorpions. So the big guy in here in the back is going really well. I don't know if you can see that in there, but this guy has started to produce flowers as well. Now, I'm told with super hots like this that you should let them flowers bloom, because it takes maybe 120 days from when it flowers till you actually get some fruit. So that's 3 months from now. We're looking at October. Hopefully that's a worst case scenario, but we'll see. So I'm going to leave them on, but I have 2 others down here that are obviously a lot further behind. These were potted up a few weeks ago. The pots are now root bound and I started to see new growth coming, so hopefully they'll start to play catch up shortly. Now, the prize and joy is the Carolina Reapers. So last week, this guy here was in one of the small green pots, so I've potted it up there sort of 3-4 days ago. and already it's like in its new home now. This is the biggest pot that I have. I had this in the garden. I'm not sure the actual litre size, but it's probably about a 14-litre pot. So out of curiosity, interesting to see how much bigger this one gets in comparison to the 2 and the 9.3 litre pots here. But as you can see, these guys are looking great. They're both very similar now. A lot of bushy growth in this boy, so he's moving in the right direction, and new growth at the top, which is great. Still no flowering, which is good, which means they're not finished growing. Again, with this boy, he's a wee bit patchier down below, but again, it's coming along. If you see in there, these are new branches that have come up through. So that's where we are there. Then we have our Brainstrain Yellow. This guy's really taken off in the last week as well, getting nice and bushy, plenty of growth. So again, even without the mad heat that we haven't been getting, that we had for about a month solid there, they're still moving in the right direction. And then finally we have our Scotch bonnets. So the guy in the big pot, he's finally root bound the pot now and starting to make good progress. Plenty of new growth, nice bushy growth down below. And then this guy I potted up a couple of weeks ago under this pot, and it's really taken off as well. So the plant will not be as big in the end, but it will still get fruit off of it, hopefully 30 or 40 pods, all been well. So guys, that's where we are. The Irish summer started now. It's wet, it's windy, but as I say, hopefully things will keep moving. It's all a learning curve, and I'll keep you posted and see you again on the next vid. Thanks for watching. Remember, like and subscribe. Tell your friends.